Alright, in this video I'll be trying out the Hippo attack, which is basically this weird opening that you're seeing on the board right now. I'm going to be challenging random opponents or a random opponent on leeches just to see how this works in real life. If you want to learn more about the Hippo attack, please watch my last Hippo video that has popped up in the card above. I'm not going to repeat content, but just to run you through the opening theory very quickly, you can reach the Hippo formation by starting with the Nims or Larsen attack, b3 opening. After something like e5, you go bishop b2. They play knight c6 most of the times, and now you simply go e3. After d5, you go d3. If d4, you can simply go e4, change of plan. If e4, you just go d4. Just to be safe. Otherwise, if black continues to play non-committal moves like knight f6, you want to play something like pap, pawn to g3, even h3 is okay in that particular position. Bishop d6, you go bishop g2. If bishop e6, a non-committal move again, you go knight d2. Let's say black castles short, you go knight e2. What else do you know? Queen d7. It makes sense to go h3, also stopping knight g4 or bishop g4. So you are slowly forming up your Hippo attack formation while responding to your opponent's moves. This is what I said in my tutorial video a few hours ago. A move like rook a d8 may be played, or rook f e8. And now this is when it makes sense to go a3, completing the Hippo formation. Once you complete the opening stage, you now start thinking of launching your pawn breaks. Go c4, queen c2, castle long. Or maybe play moves like pawn to f4 or g4, knight g3, and the likes. Also, pawn to b4 is another pawn push you want to consider depending on the position. Once again, the only move you don't want to entertain is castle short in this particular position, because black is just going to take a free pawn on h3. So be careful of this move, castle short. Maybe only consider to castle short after playing pawn to g4. I keep on repeating this point. So why not trying a game on leeches and see if I can manage to squeeze my opponent's eyeballs, perhaps making them pop out of the sockets like pop before breaking their elbows. So let's see how the game will go. Anyway, by the way you support this channel is by joining one of our membership tiers on Patreon, or simply buying my courses at www.KaspaChess.com or on my Patreon page. That really helps. My opponent just played d6, which is a good sign. That's a non-committal move if you think about it. So obviously we're going to have our Hippo formation successfully. They also want to fianchetto anyway, pawn to e3, bishop g7. Here I can play c4, but anyway, let me just stick to my opening theory. G3, knight c6, bishop g2. What else do I know? Castle short, knight e2, not knight f3. Finally, we've seen a move, pawn to e5. I can go c4 again, but I just want to stick to the opening theory. Knight d2. And there we see pawn to h6 by black. If I want, I can castle short. And maybe this is the first time I'm going to do that. Anyway, h3. King h7, pawn to a3. So this is our Hippo formation on the board. As you can see, what can my opponent do? Maybe I can even consider castling short and putting my king on h2. Since my opponent isn't doing anything, they are playing non-committal moves just like myself. So I can just do this. Next, I might consider going pawn to f4. The idea was just to get out of the opening stage safely. Pawn to f5. Can I just put my king on h2 and forget about it? Black can't play this move because I will just take. This is kind of the English Botvinnik Bremen system, maybe, with the king on h2 if you think about it. By the way, I should mention to say I'm playing against a 2248 rated player, so I shouldn't take them for granted Now c4 makes a lot of sense, just over controlling the d5 square. Why playing non-commuter moves all the way? Time for the opening is over. The opening stage is like the first 10 moves of the game, so you don't just want to continue playing passively until the end of the world. Yeah, I can even go queen c2. Remember what I said? Maybe I might consider playing e4. King h8 for some reason. Let's go pawn to b5. We are just playing non-commuter moves, but also improving moves if you think about it. I think black overextended their pawns. Yeah, just pawn to b4. Oh, pawn to b5. Sorry. a4. I don't have anything else to play. I'm just improving my position. If you think about it, these are non-commuter moves. What else can I do? I don't know how to play chess. Anyway, c6. Maybe I can even go I mean, what else do I know on earth? Okay. And then pawn to f4. This is another pawn break that I talked about in my tutorial video. So let's just see how the game will go. Again, the idea is to open the position once the dust settles. So let's see what my opponent is going to do. Maybe they are going to take back with the bishop. Oh, the knight. I don't mind exchanging bishops at this stage. So my goal was only to get out of the opening stage safely, without facing any unnecessary traps. Once again, the Hippo attack, ladies and gentlemen. Pawn takes. Maybe they should take back with a pawn. But this looks bad for black. At first sight, this is what my instincts tell me. Knight takes. And it all becomes very easy to play if you think about it. And there's even a trick here. Why can't I just take the bishop? Or maybe just do this. Attacking the bishop. Twice. So you can see how the position has unfolded. I don't believe in this due to knight takes. After rook takes. No! My opponent just ran out of their mind, I guess. I have this. I can take. This is just over. Can I just take? And this. Ah, I just hanged my rook! But anyway, it doesn't even matter. Let's do this. My opponent just resigned. No! They ran out of time actually. But I was winning, completely winning. Maybe next I was going to play bishop d4. Oh, I should have played bishop d4 before considering. Okay, that was knight f6. This is okay. So I wanted to go knight f7 check. Winning the rook. Perhaps joining with the other rook. So you can see how effective this so-called Hippo attack can be, even against stronger players. Can I try one more game before I go to bed? Anyway, let me do the needful. Don't skip and don't go away. Okay, this time I'm playing against a 2196 rated player. G3, pawn to e5. So bishop g2. There we see knight f6. So I can go d3 as if I'm preventing pawn to e4. But in reality, you know what I'm up to. e3. So these are the common moves you're going to see from your opponents. Like what my opponent is doing. These are standard moves like what everybody plays. Knight e2 makes a lot of sense here. This is a 3+2 match, by the way, so I don't need to rush. h3 makes a lot of sense here, but anyway, let's see what my opponent is going to do. Queen takes is going to be powerful. So now these are rare cases where you're going to see your opponents doing, going off script. I guess this is only advantageous for white, if I'm not mistaken. Let's complete our Hippo setup. If pawn takes, I'll just step back with my pawn. I didn't see this move knight before, but maybe there's something I can do. Let's go into tactics. I can just castle. I think I can just castle short here. If knight takes, I intend to take. Look at this, sniper bishop. So my opponent doesn't need to take on c2. That will be a blunt. Wow. Okay, this is crazy. Knight takes, as I said, or as I promised. Black should not take this rook, please. I have knight takes. That will come with check, and I'm just going to be way ahead in development. Please don't take my rook, you son of Jacob. Don't take my rook. Don't. Good. So now I can just grab the thing, and then so I just oversimplified the game. So I started with a hippo, but ended up transforming or transposing into another opening. This is not a good move. I can just take to mess up their pawn structure if I want to. If you think about it, in fact, bishop takes. Why wasting time? And then perhaps developing my rook like that. I'm sure my opponent doesn't know what is coming, what I have prepared. I can do this. I mean, there is no this, if you think about it. Oh, wait. I actually yanked my queen somehow, but anyway, it's not much of a stretch. What am I doing with my life? Yeah, black can just take with no any problems. Oh, but I have this. It doesn't even make sense. So, bishop takes, queen c2, but I guess my opponent is not going to take. I mean, what's the whole point for them to take this long? This is an obvious move. Take my pawn. Yes, that's the idea. Now queen c2. Yeah, that was just a free pawn. I forgot. My bad. I'm a bad teacher, but a good person in life. What can I do now? Maybe start chasing that bishop, or perhaps doing this. I also have that move. Bishop d6. Yeah, let me just go rook h4. I just want to mate on h7. What else do I know? By the way, if this, I can even go check. And queen f6. Yeah, like check. Who is going to stop me? Then rook lift and check. Then that. Who am I? Who am I? I need to grow up. Okay. Let's be serious. I'm enjoying eating my opponent, chewing them like an innocent angel. Okay, queen e6. Check. I can take if I want, but why not slaying? I have all the time to slay. By the way, if rook, I can even take with check, take all the rooks, be up a rook myself, and go home. Play rook g8 if you want. I'm going to take. So, queen d7. I think there's a mate here. Pop, pop, right? Oh, there's bishop f8, but anyway. There's bishop f8. I'm going to Wait a second. What if I do this? This is now checkmate for real. Maybe black should have played king e8 to allow for bishop f8. Maybe they can still play this move, but I doubt it's too late. Yep. So my opponent is asking for a rematch. Nope. I need to go and eat my cornflakes. Yo, that was a bad game and a good demonstration. Anyway, so that's how you play the Hippo attack. If you just want to play a risk-free opening and get out of the opening stage safely. Guys, you only want to play this opening if you are ready and willing to stay on the board for a long time. The Hippo is a very slow opening with lots of maneuvers in it. All about building your position, improving your position. So if you don't have patience, you're going to find it boring, very boring and passive. But the whole point is just to play a risk-free opening and take advantage of pawn breaks in the middle game and knowing when to trade pieces and open up the position. This is for people who like playing slow chess, just to bore their opponents to death. You know what I mean? Here my opponent should have played king e8, and maybe I was going to give them a check after bishop f8, take, and rook h8 checkmate. Simple tactics. Anyway, by the way, you can check out my courses at www.KaspaChess.com or on my Patreon page. That's how you support this channel, by the way. I don't ask for donations or free money. So the way you support this channel is by joining one of our membership tiers on Patreon or simply buying my courses. That really helps.